Sadly, her face was unrecognizable. Now, a University of Pennsylvania professor is behind bars without bail, and he's charged with her murder. Prosecutors say Raphael Raab's story just doesn't add up. Sean Safvi is executive editor of the Daily Pennsylvanian. That is the student newspaper at the University of Pennsylvania. Sean, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Professor Raab is now on leave. What's been the reaction on campus to his arrest?
You know, the average student at Penn has really had nothing but positive things to say about him. Students have described him as being kind. They've really had positive things to say about him. And students are surprised, to say the least. But quite honestly, classes have started yesterday, and students really haven't had an opportunity to digest the whole story just yet.
But would it be fair to say he was pretty well known and well liked, and obviously he had a fairly prestigious position?
Oh, it was a very prestigious position. He was an expert, as we know, on game theory. He was well liked. He taught several classes in the undergraduate economics department. But yeah, very well respected, very well liked.
Have you had a chance to talk with any of the investigators or the DA in the case? What can you tell us about the case?
Quite honestly, the DA has not been cooperating with us that much. He has been pretty reluctant to give us sufficient information, and Raab's lawyer as well has refused to return our calls. So, you know, the Daily Pennsylvanian is doing its best job to give as comprehensive coverage as possible, but we've just not gotten that much cooperation, unfortunately.
You know, I thought it was interesting as I was reading about the professor, and you just mentioned it, that he's an expert in game theory, which is basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, a study of how people and governments make their decisions by calculating what other people might do, which certainly can lead to some wild speculation if indeed he planned a murder.
That's true. I think that's part of the media sensationalizing it a bit, blowing it up just a bit. You know, game theory is used in political science and economics, but I do believe that's just blowing it up just a bit too much.
Sean, do you know anything about what's happened to his 12-year-old daughter?
I don't. I've not heard anything about that.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything either. But Sean, thank you for being with us, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Prince William's girlfriend marks her 25th birthday today, but is there another engagement she will soon be celebrating?